G'day everybody, it's Master Yoda here and I hope you guys are all doing well. The title of today's video is continuation of PUA, Why It Doesn't Work, Part 6. You'll get better with women by practicing your cold approaches. Probably one of the most ridiculous teachings that the PUAs or the PUA scammers push onto men is the idea that you'll improve with women or you get better with women by doing lots of cold approaches. Yeah, that's simply not going to work. As we all know, cold approaching women without said woman giving you any choosing signals is a bad idea, and it's going to probably going to lead to certain rejection, or even that woman, pressing harassment charges on you. Not a good idea, guys. You definitely don't want to be cold approaching women, especially as we all know, governments all over the world have really ramped up their sexual harassment laws. So, yeah, cold approaching women without said woman giving you any choosing signals, not a good idea. Just don't do it. But no, I think it's ridiculous what the PUAs claim. You'll get better with women the more you practice. The problem with that is the PUAs are making a mistake in the sense that they're equating attracting or seducing women is a skill that once learned can be successfully replicated. Firstly, attracting women is not a skill, and never has been, never will be, and you have no control over the outcome. You really don't. When you're interacting with a woman that you have a romantic interest in, you really have no control over that outcome. You don't. And you're not going to get better with women by cold approaching them. It's simply not going to work. All you're doing is just playing the numbers game, and you're going to have to endure a ton of rejection, and that's not good for your mental health. You often hear the PUAs or people in general saying, "Oh, that guy's good with women." It's a silly term because it implies that attracting women is a skill, which it isn't. And somehow you have control over the outcome. You don't. Yeah, just regards with that term. Oh, that guy's good with women. It's silly. And the PAs will also say, "Oh, that guy's a natural." And who are they? Who are the guys who are good with women and who are naturals? The Chads. But is it because the Chads? It's because of what they say, their social skills? No, it's purely because of luck. Luck in the sense that they were born with the right genetics that women find attractive and want to replicate with. Yeah, these good-looking Chads and Tyrones and other types of good-looking guys who get lots of women. Was it because of their social skills or because of their game? Well, as we all know, game doesn't exist. No. They were just lucky to be born with the right genetics. It's just luck. And what's the definition of luck? An unexplained phenomenon that leads to a favourable outcome. Now, I'm not saying this out of jealousy or malice towards Chads and Tyrones. Look, good luck to them. They won the genetics lottery. They're just cashing on the ticket. If I was in that position, or any of you guys, or anybody else was in that position, you do exactly the same thing. You capitalise on that. If I got the looks to be able to hook up with lots of women, no, go for it. Why not? Take off two hands. But guys who are good with women, and the naturals, it's not so much that they're good with women. It's just they're lucky. Just plain. It just Mother Nature has given them a great deal. Has given them has given them a fair hand in life. Whereas guys like me, guys born with subhuman genetics, I was dealt a bad hand in life. But that's just life. I'm not angry at women because at the end of the day they're acting on their biology. Women want the best genetics to replicate with, so they can have healthy babies, and that's not going to happen with an ugly guy like me. But me getting angry at women, which I'm not, but if I was to get me getting angry at women for rejecting me, it would be akin to like a zebra getting the shits with a lion because a lion wants to eat it. Well, hang on, a lion's got to eat. It's got to survive. It's got to eat, and zebra is on the menu. So no, I'm not angry at women at all. Absolutely not. They're just acting on their biology. So, and they don't know me in a relationship either. They don't. And if they're not attracted to me, they're not attracted to me. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But it doesn't matter because I gave up on dating back in September of 2012. But I digress. Look, just getting back to the topic at hand. There really is no such thing as being good with women. I think the more accurate thing is, are you lucky? Are you simply lucky in life? Were you born with the right genetics? And so the false equivalency or bad analogy the PUAs make, they're equating seducing or attracting women to a skill that once learned successfully can be replicated over and over again. Attracting women is not a skill, never has been, never will be. A true skill is like learning how to play a musical instrument. Sorry to bring that up again because I do play the guitar, not particularly well. If I want to play a particular chord, like say an A5 power chord, as long as I put my fingers in the right place, on the right strings, the guitar is in tune, it's serviceable, none of the strings are broken. If I hit those strings, the guitar will make that sound. It's a neutral object. It's not going to turn around and say to me, "Oh, Master Yoda, you're ugly. I'm not going to play that chord." It'll do what I command it to do because playing a musical instrument is a skill. It's a skill. Whereas seducing women or trying to pick them up is not a skill. And again, just going back to playing a musical instrument, you do have control over the outcome. If you do it right, you succeed. But with women, you can do everything right, well, as right as possible. Interact with her in a good way. But if she's not physically attracted to you, game over. You're done. You're going to get rejected. So this term, "oh, that guy's good with women," or "he's a natural," that's just purely down to luck, pure luck. These Chads and Tyrones and other types of good-looking guys who can get lots of women. They're lucky. They simply won the ticket in the genetics lottery. They're cashing on the ticket. Once again, if you're in their position, or if I was in their position, you would do exactly the same thing. You'd capitalise on it. So there's really no such thing as being good with women, because A, seducing women or trying to pick up is not a skill, and B, you've got no control over the outcome. You really don't. The only real way you can improve your chances with women is to looks max. Really, it's the only way out. Particularly if you're not a very attractive guy. But looks maxing, it comes with a caveat in the sense that it'll only work for guys who are, say, average, say slightly below average looking. Take, for example, the BP content creator Ascended, the gentleman from the US. Before he did his transformation, his looks maxing, you probably say, look, no homo here. He's probably average to slightly below average looking. He was balding, he was overweight. But he did two things. He did some hard looks maxing. He got a successful hair transplant. And some soft looks maxing. He went to the gym and got into great shape. Now you couldn't recognise him. He's gone from an average to slightly below average guy to a Chad. And he's experiencing amazing success with women. And good luck to the guy. I really feel happy for him. Good luck to him. He self-improved. He did the work, as Richard Cooper likes to say. And but seriously, he's doing really well with the ladies. I feel really happy with him. I feel happy for him. Nothing warms my heart when I see an underdog get up. Really. But it's not going to work. Looks maxing it's not going to work for everybody. I mean, take me for example. When I did some serious looks maxing back in 2010, 2011, I got into great shape. I was going to the gym 6 days a week, and I had a really good, fit, athletic body. But women just saw me as an ugly dude with a good body. Whoopie-doo. They can find a Chad with a good body. So it didn't help me. I went from, at my worst, I was probably, well, this is from a woman's point of view, I was probably like a 1 out of 10. Maybe got up to a 3, possibly a 4 on a good day. But guess what, guys? With a modern woman, 4 out of 10 doesn't cut it. Simply doesn't cut it with a modern woman. As we all know, modern women do have very sky-high standards. Yeah. So that's all I've really say. Yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. No, there's no such thing as being good with women, and you're not going to get better with women by practicing lots of cold approaches. It's just simply, you simply don't approach a woman unless she gives you the green light to do so. And also, it's not a skill. As we all know, at the end of the day, when it comes to male-female intimate relationships, women are the choosers. They play judge, jury, and executioner on your sexual market value. If you do not pass that looks test with a woman, or if you don't meet that woman's minimum looks threshold, there'll be no chance of intimacy between you and said woman. I know it's a very black and white way of looking at male-female relationships, but that's how it works in the real world. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's all to say on the topic. Thank you very much for listening to my video. If you'd like to leave your likes, comment, and subscribe. And I'll speak to you soon, guys. Have a great day. Bye for now.